Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Vikings franchise rebuild on Madden 23. I want to start this video off by thanking you for all the feedback on the recent episodes as we've gone through the draft class a bit more in detail. This is a better Madden for doing that than Madden 22. And I've been trying to put together a good plan for this offseason, and I'm thinking a lot about these quarterbacks and what is the right way to approach the future of this series. So we have a lot of quarterbacks here who might not have that early round one talent. They're not going to be dominant as rookies. But I feel like, I got to refocus a little bit. Just because somebody might not be an elite prospect doesn't mean that they're undraftable or we have to go all of a sudden try to trade for somebody. You do want to look at, okay, where's the starting point? Where's a player 2-3 years down the road on that rookie contract? And I think I still got to go back and think here that Richard Hudick might be the best quarterback long-term in this class. He's only 21 years old. He does have solid to good throw power. That's average. But accuracy-wise, I think he is ready to play early in his career. And even though he has round 1 to 2 talent, I think he's still a good long-term option overall. He's had the player notes that we like there. Does well to avoid sacks by throwing the ball away. Stands tall and always aware of pressure. So, I think that I still have to be very interested in him. Some of you still wanted me to fully scout Carl Kiernan. He was just the quarterback that he's oblivious to pressure. And I don't think that plays well in this game. He's not mobile, he doesn't see pressure coming, but he's accurate underneath. And he throws well under pressure even if he has no idea it's there. So there are some good things in his game. But I think I have other options. Jeff Farley, meanwhile, I know I've gone through these scouting reports so many times, but I'm always refreshing my memory too. Farley plays well under pressure, but he's a guy who wants to push the ball down the field a bit more. He will not be mobile. He will not throw on the run. So, we got some different skill sets here at the position. Wait a minute. Last episode, wasn't Richard here? Wasn't he a 2 to 3 round guy? Did his talent projection change? I gotta fire up that episode now. 1 second. It was! It was round 2 to 3 talent and it got adjusted. So that part of it can change. Interesting. Round 1 to 2 firmly makes him my top quarterback in this draft class. Some were wondering if there was perhaps a prospect storyline here, and I usually forget about the stories, but also I realize that a lot of the players they talk about here, it's just kind of a shortcut to finding a player who might have hidden dev or something. So a lot of times I'm like, I'm okay not seeing it. But I don't see anything about him on here. Felix Baskerville, UCF rushing record. And best tight end, the Mackey Award winner, Seth Green. Top 10 projected tight end out of Louisville. That's cool to know. That little bit is nice. Let's see, Stevens here, Mike Stevens, top offensive tackle. But a poor bowl game here from Jalen Hale. So we got some different storylines, and let's go back to see those players quickly. Seth Green is the top-ranked non-quarterback or edge rusher. So he's a serious high-level prospect here out of Louisville. That's exciting to see. A true dominant Mackey Award-winning player. Someone's going to get a nice tight end, it looks like, pretty early. They were also very high on the top tackle in the nation here. We have to give a boost to Mike Stevens just for taking home that award. And he is the top right tackle in the draft. Projected anyway. And then at running back, I don't see us going in this direction, but Felix Baskerville, a 225-pound running back who might have a hidden development. That's good information to have. So they also, a poor bowl game from the wide receiver. It was Hale, Jalen Hale. He's the 9th guy. He dropped 21 spots. So yeah, I forget, players will move up and down here, and I guess that projection can change. I just didn't think the talent would change. I thought once you scouted the talent, that would just stay the same. So Jalen Hale, normal development, now you would assume not the fastest guy, not the best overall receiver athlete, but I think there's still stuff to like in the scouting report here, but you better scout him more, seeing a negative storyline. One thing here, before we get too deep into the episode, so I know there is a big bug going around in franchise mode, especially, I think it's just cloud franchises, where you'll boot up your franchise and all of a sudden it brings you back to round 1 of the previous NFL draft. And I've been really worried about that bug, and I've seen it affect a lot of people. It happened in Bengals franchise. He thinks that he fixed it. I hope so. I'm enjoying his Giants franchise. But I don't know what I can do to avoid it. I'm debating on, is it worth it to milk this season? Maybe a patch drops, maybe a server-side update eliminates the issue. Because I am nervous about getting to the draft and having some sort of a problem. And I'm not sure the best course of action if it's to back out of franchise mode every time you do something so that you create basically a new save point. Yesterday, I was playing and recording Titans franchise, and I did all my things to do here. I made a trade, I changed a guy's number, I did a scenario, I did the training, I was ready to play. And then I got kicked for inactivity. And so I go back into franchise, and all my stuff to do was there again. And, I did my weekly strategy training. It did an unfortunate injury you'll see in that episode. And it's just like, this is another part of the issue with these yearly releases. It's not just like they can't do much from one year to the next in modern game development. It's also just putting out a new piece of software that has online infrastructure. There are going to be problems with every build and every new version of this game. I wish it were as easy as copy and pasting the online components and everything so that when they drop a game, there aren't these new bugs all of a sudden that are clearly taking a long time to squash. We're over a month into this game's life cycle. I mean, consider that Madden 23's life cycle might as well be 10% over at this point. And franchise has game-breaking bugs. That's a huge problem. And I feel like I'm seeing new issues pop up all the time. Check this out. So I don't know how long this has been in our series here, but it is taking your main menu difficulty and applying it to your franchise. I have my main menu set to all Madden because I have sliders there set aside for my Titans franchise. It's on all Madden. In this series, we like all pro, stick close to default or at default if possible, because it's just CPU gameplay. I don't know if being on all Madden has changed anything, but there's a good possibility it was affecting our recent games. Maybe we were on a tougher playing field than the CPU, even though we were CPU gameplay. It was still loading up a user versus CPU game on all Madden. So, do I have to make that adjustment every time I get in the game? I just reset the entire game. Close the application, back into my franchise, and yep, it will change it to all Madden every time. And I know at the same time, I don't play Ultimate Team, but the noise over there is loud enough to hear that they're dealing with a lot of issues on that side of the game as well. And now a lot of creators are, saying they're not going to buy packs and everything. Like, Madden really, there's something wrong with this game. The whack-a-mole they play fixing problems on this game, and not just, gameplay. That's an entirely different story. I'm just talking about stability, network stability, ability to, properly save your franchise and load the proper save point. Like, they're in a rough spot right now. So I'm over here. I'm just trying to make the best content I can. I'm going to wake up. I'm going to make these videos. And if something happens to my series, I'm going to get pissed off about it. And hopefully, things aren't lost for good like my Seahawks practice squad franchise from last year. And offline franchise still has issues when you get deeper into franchise mode, man. That's still not fixed. So cloud franchise has separate problems. Offline franchise has separate problems. 32 player franchises have separate problems getting that 32nd player into the league. And it's stuff like this that's going to keep me going back to older games. And, on the side here, I spend a couple hours each week, and I'm checking out some other games. Last week, I was playing Arena Football Road to Glory, checking out how that played, because if something happens to a series on here, the show's got to go on somehow. And so I'm trying to give myself options for inevitably things going wrong. And, maybe nothing happens. I hope nothing happens. I'm having fun when the game works. But I don't know for how long the game will work is what I'm trying to say. But I think last year, the game had a lot of bugs and issues, and it, started to make me think more about how, they can say what they want in terms of features, and they know how to market. Like, EA is an outstanding marketing company. They know how to sell a product. And, gameplay changes, it can be overblown. It can just, not be what they're saying in terms of the quality of everything. But the fact that every time you release a new piece of software, there are going to be unforeseen problems. But this game seems to have more. Maybe this is unfair, but this game feels like it has more, and they take longer to fix. These things aren't wiped out in the day one patch, or 14 days after release. We're over 10% of the way through Madden's life cycle. The honeymoon phase is over, and there are still game-breaking bugs in the only mode I care about. So I know that's a more negative start to the episode. I'm still looking forward to getting into what we got today, but that's just the kind of stuff that's been on my mind here with Madden. I get excited to start new series, but I temper that excitement significantly because of the unforeseen that could happen to what I'm working on here. But I'm hoping we can get to the next off season. We can just get through it. Like, I can handle building teams. But when the game is broken, I can't fix that. So that brings us to where we are right now with the Vikings. 6-8. Played ourselves probably out of a top 10 pick this year. Unless we lose out the rest of the way. There's still a slim chance we find our way back into the postseason. But I'm not counting on it. We have 3 division games. And just as a reminder, here are the upcoming draft picks that we have. 16, 18, 48. Should have 5 top 100 selections this year, hoping to perhaps get a quarterback, but definitely a couple more starters. And I've been going through, I'm impressed, that they've adjusted things with the draft classes, and you're able to, I think, find more usable players in the 2nd and 3rd round early in their careers. And the other thing, I was looking at this in my Titans franchise yesterday. What I wanted to, and I should have done this a long time ago, but that's one of my trademarks, is like doing something I should have done like 2.5 years later. But so we're basically in a season here where we're saying it's lost. And I was wondering, how valuable is it to play players? Like, how important is it to their development to play? And the answer is that it really depends on the position. So I know it's taken a while to get into the actual action here. I hope you can handle this intro, but I just go with the flow here. So on offense, I think positions like quarterback, running back, receiver, tight end, simply having them on the field isn't really enough. As you can see here, our pal here, Kirk Cousins, 71 XP on 71 downs played. These production-oriented positions don't benefit much from simply playing. They need to do something on the field. Obviously, old Kirk here is not getting better. So let's try a different position then. Let's go to a younger player. Kene Nwangwu played a lot last episode. Kene Nwangwu here got 49 XP just for returning 72 yards worth of kick return yardage. Playing on offense is productive to a point, The rushing yards at receiver or running back is really valuable. Receiving, oddly enough, barely helps. Like, I wish they would tune a lot of this XP or just put the options in the game. This is a big thing for me. Like, if you're not going to give the game all the attention that I would want, can you at least give the tools so I can fine-tune every little bit? Like, Madden, extremely lacking when it comes to the ability to tune your experience. You know, in 2K, you're able to edit league rules, and there are way more things with injuries and settings all over the place that you can do to impact the experience. We get XP sliders in here, but there's nothing that allows me to have more XP earned from receiving yardage. So for a running back, the most important thing is to get rushing yards and touchdowns. Receiving doesn't help all that much. Kick returning is actually quite valuable. So if you have a guy who's not good enough to play on offense, maybe, you know, you give him kick returns, and that gets him at least something. At the receiver position here, we got Quan Alexander, 24 kick return yards. It didn't benefit him a whole lot, oddly enough. I thought that might be universal. Again, at receiver, though, downs played doesn't really matter. It's about the receptions, the receiving yards, and especially touchdowns. Almost 200 for catching one of them. If you only look at the XP he gained based on his in-game production, 414 XP. And you can see over the course of a year how that would add up, especially if you can get some more touchdowns, a couple breakout games. Player of the week obviously makes a big difference. You're still going to see majority of the XP that most players get will be from training. So this is just something to stuff into the memory bank for future use. Like, to play a young quarterback who isn't ready doesn't benefit them all that much. If they're throwing incomplete passes and not getting big yards and touchdowns, they're hurting other players' development, because receivers need to get the ball to get better when they're in game. Offensive line, though, is a very different situation. This is a position in game that doesn't rack up stats. They don't even care about pancakes. I think it's just for show, really. But for an offensive lineman, the most important thing, honestly, is experience. And oftentimes, you know, in the offseason when teams are signing linemen, what's the big thing they talk about? He's got 78 games of experience. So, you know, I don't know enough to say, like, that's how it should be in Madden, that experience is the main thing here. Like, obviously, I wish they could track win-loss rate and the ability to not give up pressures and whatnot. And, you know, NFL head coach had the groundwork for that feature. Where's that at? But as far as developing offensive linemen, it is worth it to just play them and get them experience. And they'll get a little bonus as well for different fantasy goals. But downs played for offensive line, more important than downs played for receiver and production-oriented spots. Now, defensively, you're also going to see playing time make a difference. So, for instance, at left end, basically 3 XP for every snap here that Harrison Phillips is playing. Linebacker and corner, I want to say, are about the same. So that's an interesting difference, where it's enough to just play a guy at linebacker, play a guy at offensive line. He is getting better. But just throwing out a receiver, if he isn't getting the ball, it really don't matter. They need to get yardage. Cam Dantzler here, 54 downs played. Again, we're at like 3 XP per down played. Interceptions, pass breakups make a big difference. So I just spent more time going through that the last couple days and wanted to share what I found there. And maybe y'all already knew that, but it was good for me to fine-tune that knowledge. So I know I'm kind of milking it here, but I think we're going to focus mostly on the Week 16 game in this episode because it's the first chance to see this Detroit rookie quarterback as well. And then maybe I get some more feedback, or, you know, one more day is one day closer to potentially a fix for this server issue that is ruining people's franchises. So I don't think it hurts to stuff one more episode into this season. We get Detroit, both teams at 6-8, and, you know, both teams rebuilding in a way. but at different stages of their rebuilds. Because the Lions already have the guy they want to become the starting quarterback, and he already has done that. He has the tags here for day one starter, quarterback of the future. This guy wanted to play somewhere with historic championships, warm weather, and big market. Yeah, that's not Detroit. But what warm weather team has the historic championships? I mean, I guess, you know, Tampa has a couple championships. The Rams would have a couple. But the good weather teams, most of those are just spending big money in free agency. Oh, and of course the Cowboys, you know, back in the 90s. You know, you got to go back all those years. I forgot about those titles the Vikings helped gift wrap for them. The Cowboys do have good weather and titles, of course. But it feels like a lot of the titles, if we were to, you know, look at warm weather titles versus cold weather titles, I mean, New England, Pittsburgh, Green Bay, it's catch up at that point for those warm weather teams. So that those motivations don't really gel with more than a couple teams. I am really like milking this episode. Maybe I like the sound of my own voice today. Like, we haven't gotten to any action. I'm sorry if this episode isn't for you. But, I don't know. I must be in some kind of mood today. Howie Thompson's a quarterback, though. Number 10, Illinois State. That's not where Jimmy G went. Where did Jimmy G and Tony Romo go? Jimmy Garoppolo went to Eastern Illinois. How could you possibly confuse Eastern Illinois to Illinois State, man? Kareem Hunt is playing over DeAndre Swift. Yeah, I'm seeing this in every franchise. Hunt gets traded somewhere where it makes no sense. Swift should be playing, and now he's a trade target instead. Jamison Williams, a lot of speed, 99. Amon-Ra St. Brown not going to play in this matchup. He has a collarbone. And then DJ Chark, more speed down the field. Should be a tough matchup for us. I like the way Detroit's building. You know, there's a right and wrong way, I think, to handle a rebuild. And I think building in the trenches, finding a guy like Aiden Hutchinson, who just happens to also be a local guy, that's always a plus. And then you go get your quarterback. You gotta like the process here in Detroit. And I think next year would be the year where they start to have some real expectations. But first up here, a head-to-head going against the Lions. Let's talk about the sack count from the previous game. I'm blaming this O-line. These rookies are in over their head, but they're the best we got. So it's not changing. What do we need? Extra preparation. What did I say earlier? Offensive linemen need reps. They're not getting better by watching the film. They got to be out there getting beat. So we got some ratings going up, some ratings going down. A lot of goals in here. So I've seen this. This can give your offensive line a pretty healthy boost. I think I saw it once in the Giants series. It was significant. I'm excited to see what this quarterback's all about. I do want to defend against the deep ball. I respect their speed in the offensive line to protect Howie Thompson, to air it out. Let's throw it medium here. It's just the best one, I think. And you know what? I do want to see a big day out of old Kirk Cousins here at least one more time. Ballard's not going to play. He got a hip pointer in practice, so... You know, I really wish that these injuries wouldn't always happen to players I'm trying to get a lot more experience seeing. And you know there was an injury. That means that Madden needs to completely readjust my depth charts. Can we get a patch for that? And can we also make it so that injured players don't practice? That's another thing. Like, when is that going to get fixed? There are some big issues in this game. You got to prioritize. When is that getting fixed? That's been a problem the last 2 years. Asezi Odomewo is going to play. I should know how to pronounce his name. He plays for Minnesota. I apologize. He's starting, though. I think he's the better run defender. And James Lynch, He was an interesting prospect because I think he either led the Big 12 or NCAA in sacks. But, you know, he doesn't really have the run-stopping skills to be dominant in that department. And he's not like a terrific athlete either. So he's one of those prospects that you're never quite sure what's going to happen in that career. Oh yeah, I just remembered. Auto subs were a problem in that last episode. So we kind of found that there was a bit of a breaking point here with what I had. 80 out, 82 in. At this point, I think that if you want subs, you either got to do it manually or by formation. Auto subs aren't here to save you. I'd have to say the feature is completely broken. If we check out Dalvin's health, by the way, his fatigue, I mean, if we zoom in here, it's not 100%, but there needs to be a better way to handle auto subs. And now this is the part where we get to do a lot of rookie upgrading. This is nice. So the edge rush, the pass rush in general, I still am very underwhelmed by what I'm seeing this year. And I'm just begging someone to give us some hope. Offensive lineman Keith Boyce. I don't know that I like this pass protector upgrade all that much. It seems to only give you like 2 points. It's not going to give you strength. I think I prefer going agile or power, even if pass protection is really what I want. I didn't get any there, but I feel like I got my money's worth out of that skill point better. I know this year has been very good for Keyshawn Oldham, a lot of experience. We found he has a high development, and he's been productive at linebacker. We know that is a position where it's not all that difficult to improve. I get that playmaker has been overpowered when it comes to the receiver upgrades. I've given Alexander 1 or 2 of those, but I'm going to go away from it on this one. I want to get some release. Gotta have more than 68. We'll take a couple right there. We still get a pretty fair upgrade there. I like that. So that is an interesting thing. I keep going back to this. You know, it only matters at running back and receiver. It's not enough to be on the field. You gotta do something once you are. And Alexander sure has. But we gotta fix up these sleeves a little bit. I always think of Sam Bradford when I see these sleeves. And I remember, I don't even know who said this. It wasn't me. But I saw someone say that Sam Bradford looks like a little kid dressing up like a quarterback for Halloween. And those sleeves really do complete that kind of a look. But there. That's better. And come on, who doesn't want to have one of their best receivers here wearing the shooter sleeve? Believe it or not, we're finally playing football today. I wonder how long the video is before we actually get to this point. Howie Thompson, our first look at the #1 pick of the Detroit Lions in the first draft of this series. I am looking forward to that. And we gotta respect the way Detroit's been improving this franchise. Perhaps it's finally moving in the right direction, and this perpetual rebuild will eventually end. That is something, though. Like, they were rebuilding while having a franchise quarterback, a franchise-level quarterback for like a decade. Anyway, we start with the football. We are handing it off on first down, and that is a 3-yard pickup for Dalvin Cook. And with the auto sub changes, he should be actually on the field more in this episode. Cousins back to pass on second down. Here's Dalvin Cook. Oh, he got away, but at what cost? Lost all his forward progress. 3rd and 10. They're pressing Adam Thielen there at the top. Cousins sets up the screen. Dalvin going backwards again. Oh, that will at least stay with us. But that was a disaster of a drive. You ever seen a quarterback with -12 passing yards? You better get Dalvin at least 13. There's no way we're going to walk out of here with negative passing yards. Howie Thompson, 33 touchdowns as a rookie. Are we looking at the Rookie of the Year in 2023? Howie Thompson. He wears the number 10. One more than Matthew Stafford. That doesn't mean anything. It's a short gain for Kareem Hunt on first down. Daron Payne stops him. Thompson back to pass on second down. Looks long, and it's off the hands of Hawkinson. You got to come down with that. You're a tight end. You're not going to get much more open than that with your speed. You know, most tight ends aren't the best separation creators, is all I'm trying to say. 3rd and 9. Thompson's got time, but he really got himself into a sticky situation there. Nice stand, D. Oh, he shanked that one. Thank you very much. 23-yard punt. We're in the hunt! Yes! They gave us the graphic! Oh, I love it! This is incredible. By the way, I'm trying to eat baked ziti right now. Not trying, I am eating. But also trying to commentate a football game. Oh, Quan Alexander's looking quick on that one. Gain of 3. And then we give this one to Wongwu. Why? I thought I fixed up the auto sub. Is it just Dalvin's fatigue is too low? I did adjust it. Dumped off to Jefferson. He gets the first down. Now I'm second guessing myself. Did I just think I did it? Wongwu right side into the open field again. Just protect the football today is all I ask. Maybe it was that all Madden defense knocking it out last episode. And now Chandler checks in on second down as Cousins has Thielen. Kirk is a pretty good quarterback when he's targeting Adam Thielen. I will say that. Those two have a connection. Cousins back to pass on first down. Dumped off, and Wongwu has it at the 33. You know, it would be interesting to see Kirk on a more rebuilding mode team as Wongwu gets the first down. Like, the Vikings as an organization have always wanted to win with Kirk Cousins, and I feel like Washington was there when he was in town. But I wonder how Kirk would function on just a straight-up bad team. If that would be like an environment where he might actually be better. First down, and it's Wongwu. And maybe by the end of his career, we'll find out. You know, maybe he goes off to a new team to finish his career, and it's more of a Joe Flacco type of end to his career, possibly, you know? Who knows what's in store for old Kirk Cousins, the guaranteed contract aficionado. We run it. Wongwu staying busy here, and he's at 6 yards a carry. I'm not complaining. Third down, we have movement now. I think we move first. I think that's Vidarian Low they're going to get. I'm never good at these pre-snap infractions, and now I'll never know if I was right. Why would you stick a camera behind somebody's head like that? 3rd and 9 for Minnesota. Cousins to the end zone. Got it to Jefferson. Touchdown. Darius Slay nowhere to be seen. And the Vikings score a red zone touchdown. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that. You protect Kirk Cousins. Look what he can make happen. Ignore the fact that there was a linebacker covering Justin Jefferson. Hey, we're 6 and 8. That does not mean we can't have fun. Nice cut and a first down. It's not even close. 4 yards on the carry. The stretch following Hawkinson to the edge and a first down. The fake from Thompson on first down, and a great play in coverage by Danielle Hunter. That's why you get Danielle Hunter on your football team, for space tackles on the tight end. Running inside, and we're right there to make the play. And now Danielle Hunter, our top coverage linebacker, comes off the field. We already have Ballard out. Who the heck's getting to the quarterback today? 3rd and 12. It's Thompson. He's got the time and an open man. Hawkinson can't get there. It's 4th down. Man, this Detroit offense is not playing well to start this game at all. Vikings up 7-0. Pass caught. Thielen, 1st down. Can we throw it to Dalvin so his receiving line is less embarrassing? Hand off Thielen. All the way out. He gets the 1st down. Whatever works. Dalvin with an opening. Inside the 15, and the Vikings have it in the red zone once again. Do they go Jefferson's way? He is bottom of your screen. Thielen at the top has been a red zone machine lately, but it's Dalvin downhill. He gains a couple. Back to the air now. Cousins underneath. It is Irv Smith, and he gains 7, making it 1st and goal, Minnesota. Out of the eye now. Dalvin Cook is a bit tired, and that's why he gets the football and can't get in. Fake to Dalvin. Touchdown. It's James Russell. And it's the rookie tight end making a play. I thought we dumped this off to C.J. Ham. Isn't that the whole idea behind that play? You know, Coach Brian Petrovsky's loving this, though. So Detroit is still looking for their first points, and they have worked the ball just across midfield. And they will keep it on the ground, and they get a couple yards. I'm impressed with our run defense, considering we're missing a couple players, like DJ Wanham is out there instead of Daniil Hunter. Still got Phillips, though, and Payne as the catch is made for a 1st down. To the right side, it is Hunt, close to the 30. On the ground on 3rd down, the Lions get the conversion. 3 minutes to go in the first half. They need some points. And now Swift is in the game, and they motion him out. Thompson back to pass. Caught across the middle by Hawkinson. That's one of their best plays of the entire game. I know Thompson's stats look good, but they started slow. And they motion out Hunt this time. Empty backfield for Thompson. Quick rollout touchdown, and the Lions have their first score. Oh yeah, Robert Saleh is their coach now. Vikings before halftime, trying to rally, trying to answer. They do get a field goal. So why don't we take this game into the second half then? It's a 10-point contest right now. Lions still in it. And it's 1st down. Hunt running left has nowhere to go. Blitz sent. Not going to get there. And the pass is caught, but we are there to make the play. And that is Tyron Blue in coverage. That's just the nature of playing a 3-4 defense. Like, I realize Azeez Ojulari was in coverage a lot in the Giants franchise. It's just the scheme. Yes, we got the ball! Finally, something from the pass rush from somebody not making $20 million a year. Let's go. Who made that play? I'm not even sure. Justin Hollins. Okay, he's a veteran. But he made the play. 17-7. And the Vikings will take over. Dalvin Cook is in the game on 1st down. And Cousins hits Thielen again, 1st down Vikings. How about this offensive line today? They have held up really well. And now Dalvin right side. He's in the open field. Cousins has been very good in this game. And we're back in the red zone. Dumped off now, Jefferson. Like, I don't think that those plays have the highest likelihood to be called, but it's something I'm keeping an eye on. 3rd down now. It's caught! Touchdown! Alexander! And the Vikings extend their lead. Quan Alexander continues a terrific rookie season. Howie Thompson might keep him from winning Rookie of the Year, but he's been one of our best rookies all season. Whoa, that big blue line there is a 33-yard pass from Thompson to Hawkinson. They do cap it off with a Jamison Williams touchdown. I forgot about him. He hasn't made an impact until that very play. 24-14. The Lions are still holding on. Howie Thompson trying to bring him back. He throws away from the pressure, incomplete. He and Kirk, though, have not been throwing incomplete passes very much in this game. They're both highly accurate and have good completion percentages. Dumped off to Kareem Hunt, and that is not a good look there for Oldham. Gave him too much space, took a bad angle. Now a first down at the 43-yard line. They keep it on the ground. Watch out! Hunt first down into Viking territory. On second down, almost intercepted. The Vikings got their hands on one. And it's third down Detroit. Trying to claw and scratch their way back into this game. It's 3rd and 2. That's way too easy. What do we call cover 2? I never call cover 2 on 3rd and short like that, man. You're begging for a crossing pattern or check down to get the first down. Just one of those things I got to tweak in the playbook. 4-man rush. Thompson's got his man inside the 10. Who's wearing 24 and getting open downfield? That's the mystery here. Who are you? That's a nice throw, though. Andrew Booth was in coverage and wasn't able to locate the ball. And Detroit's inside the 10, trying to make this a one-score game. Thompson keeps it in the air. Settles underneath and down to the 1. Swift checks in. 2nd and goal. To throw. Touchdown uncovered Hawkinson. And the Lions make this a one-possession ball game. Oh, that receiver number 24, by the way, I'm pretty sure that was Sky Moore. I saw his name in the play log, so they made a trade with Kansas City, clearly. It's a 1-yard pickup for Dalvin, and we got to focus up here. We were once up 24-7, but it ain't that anymore. I remember a team that could not come back from being down 24-7. Cousins throws it away, and it's 3rd down. But the Lions now, they have made this a game. 7:53 to go now. Cousins needs 9. Back deep in the pocket and intercepted. The Lions take over, and now they're down the sideline. Out of bounds at the 13. And it's Jermaine Pratt. What was that throw? Well, Cousins was hit and tried to get the pass off anyway. Detroit trying to steal one inside, a gain of 4. 2nd down. Thompson intercepted right back, and the Vikings take over. Brian Asamoah. Both quarterbacks with a huge mistake on back-to-back drives. What is Howie doing here? It looked like he wasn't responding to pressure. Well, I guess... Oh, is that James Lynch? See? That little bit. The CPU quarterback, by the way, they react mostly to that first shed, the block being lost. It's not always the distance between the players. And so he doesn't throw it from a good base. And he made a big mistake. Hey, they're trying the chant. They did it once. Not much effort on that. Cousins off the mark. And that's why you weren't seeing a lot of incompletions early on. The pass rush wasn't doing anything. You give a CPU quarterback time in this game, they'll pick you apart. Now it's starting to be a little different, as that's through the hands of Jefferson. Somebody apparently got a hand on it. And now it's 3rd down and 10. And they're pressing. Oh, off the line, Jefferson wins. He's open. Got him. 1st down and more. Why would you press Justin Jefferson? Now we got the crowd into it. They gave us a couple rounds of the Let's Go Vikings or Here We Go Vikings chant. Quan Alexander now lost the football. Lions with a chance to return it, and Irv Smith makes the tackle. Oh no. The rookie fumbled it. Why does this feel like an actual Vikings game? Why do I feel like this could be Sunday afternoon? Oh, at least if they do it there are going to be 7 more games on Fox at that point, and maybe not everybody would notice. That's the kind of thing you think about as a Viking fan. 6 minutes to go in the game. Howie Thompson intercepted. That's going to be a touchdown. Big mistake. Cam Dantzler down the sideline. And nobody's going to get him. A sloppy turnover fest in the 4th quarter favors Minnesota as they go up 2 scores again. You have to throw that one a lot earlier. Can't throw that ball. All right. I feel more comfortable now. We have all the momentum. We have a 10-point lead. And we have Daron Payne stuffing the run. Blitz sent. It doesn't get there, and that means somebody will be wide open. 1st down. We bring 4. And Thompson, where did that come from? He reached back for something extra on that one. You know, like when a pitcher gets a couple more miles per hour on the fastball? That's exactly what he did there. Thompson from the 40 gets hit, and the pass is picked again. Andrew Booth Jr. And all of a sudden, 3 interceptions have unraveled this game for Detroit. And this would be a very big game for the Lions. 6-8. Your only chance of being above 500 is to win out. You got a winnable game here in Minnesota. And it looks like they're throwing it away. Howie Thompson, 3 interceptions. And the Vikings look to close things out. Dalvin, inside. We get 5. So this game hasn't been too run heavy like the last one felt like for a little bit. But again, we ran the ball exceptionally well in that previous game and did not throw the ball well at all. Today we've been much more balanced. 3rd and 4. A quick 1st down. I love that. Jefferson. This is a 3rd and 6. We do run it. The Lions are out of timeouts, but they'll get the ball back with a minute. I want to see if we can intercept him one more time. Really make him think about coming to this building again and what can happen. Uh-oh. Get him on the ground. He seems like a good player, though. I think, interceptions can derail anybody's day. But he's got a nice arm. There's no denying he's got some talent there. Maybe one more play for Howie Thompson. And with 8 in coverage, it'll be a check down, and the game is over. And whatever hope we had of making the playoffs remains intact. And the Vikings win 31-21. That was your pretty, run-of-the-mill game for a while. In the 4th quarter decided, we need people to tune back in. We got to do this for the ratings. So how about like 5 turnovers? That's all. So quarterbacks, were pretty good today. I thought Kirk looked fine. He ran the ball and ran it pretty well, considering this offensive line isn't anything special. Hawkinson had 12 catches. Hunt had 8. That's a lot to the tight end and the running back there. He did not go to his receivers all that often. Meanwhile, all we did is throw it to our receivers. And then Dalvin had minus 12 yards. Very happy with how we played in this game. I thought that was a pretty quality win, all things considered. But we have not checked off that box yet of making the playoffs. What chance do we even have to do that? So it's the Bears in the next game. Oh, and by the way, this under siege. So we only got sacked twice. Really happy about that. I think that's a good day. You were intent on not letting the struggles from last game carry over. Do you feel like you got the response you wanted? Kind of. We left a lot out there and still didn't perform as well as we would have liked. So, typical coach speak there. But 1,000 XP for everybody? Is that everybody on the team? Yeah, they meant literally everybody. Oh my, that division is still not wrapped up either. The Packers have 9 wins, and we can get there. We need them to lose this week. Now, we've already played a game against Green Bay this season and lost, so we'd have to have a division tiebreaker. But we've beaten the Lions twice, and we could beat the Bears twice. The division is not over. But if the Packers win, it is. So can we get a little help? Is there a team we can trust? They've lost to the Lions once and twice. Okay, so who's the one team we need help from? It's the LA Rams at home. If the Rams win that game and we win our Week 17 game, this becomes an NFC North championship game in US Bank Stadium. So the season is not over yet. The 7 seed right now would be San Francisco, and let's just see if the wild card is anything we should even consider at this point. And San Francisco is 9-6. I'm going to say no. I think they win one of those last 2 games, get to 10 victories. So we need some help from Sean McVay. And I think he's going to come through for us. And then week 18, anything can happen. So that's going to do it for this episode, everybody. I suppose next time we can watch this Bears game. And then, you know, we might have that championship game basically against Green Bay, a potential playoff spot on the line. So I'm looking forward to more feedback on here. I really enjoyed in this series. I know I talked about a bunch of stuff in the beginning, and I'm interested in all your feedback you have on this video. But if you enjoyed, please do drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and any feedback you have down below, just leave it there. And I will see you all in the next episode. Have a great day.